Retirement beyond numbers for a fulfilled future. A lot of investors come to us and ask us, do we have enough for retirement? And they really expect a lot of those answers to come from some calculations and the use of very, very complex scientific calculations to decide on whether they can call it a day or not. While this is a very, very important part of planning for retirement, we think retirement is truly a multi-dimensional problem that needs solutions from all angles. Today we'll talk about how some of this needs to get looked at beyond just figuring out, do I have enough so that I can take care of my living expenses and my healthcare and my leisure activities. Number one, numbers are truly important. It's important for you to set up a realistic estimate of what you would require when you retire. Remember that you'd have a lot more time, so maybe you'd end up doing a lot more leisure activities than what you do today because you have more time. Maybe you have children overseas who you'd like to go and meet. Maybe you have healthcare provisions that will need to come in. So there could be lots of things that you need to plan for, including upgrades that could happen to things like houses, cars, etc. So the numbers are important. Try to spend some time estimating them correctly. Number two, which I think is the most important part of this conversation, is find purpose. Too often we find that once people retire, they struggle with finding purpose and therefore become restless in their retirement. Finding purpose can take some time. So it's good if you start thinking about it well before retirement, just like you start thinking about your finances. That purpose could come from doing some part-time work. It could be from consulting activities. It could come from working with an NGO. It could come from mentoring younger people. It could come from what fulfills you. But do spend a lot of time around this, because we find that when you start filling up your time during your retirement, that's when you really feel fulfilled. Take a calendar, try to fill in days, weeks, months in the year, and that's when you will realize such a important aspect around retirement is often overlooked. Number three, have adequate health coverage. We know that as you age, the probability of something going wrong with your health is a challenge. So therefore, the best way to solve this is to eat well, live well, sleep well, and exercise. Of course, things can still go wrong, and therefore that health coverage is very important. And buy it very early on so that you have it available to you in the years that you need it. So what if you already have a company cover? Number four, legacy planning. Very often, we don't want to think about what happens after us. But that puts our family and loved ones into a lot of trouble later on. There could be relationships that get fractured. There could be lots of challenges that could emerge from there. So think about whether you need a will, whether you need a power of attorney, whether you need a trust. How exactly are you going to ensure that your assets are well planned for, so that your estate, both physical as well as financial, is passed on with minimal pain to your loved ones, and it avoids any disputes between them. So in summary, if you're thinking about your retirement, think about your numbers, think about what you're going to do with your time and therefore finding a purpose, think about how you're going to stay healthy and live well, and number four, do your estate planning so that all of this becomes a truly comprehensive retirement and leads you to a fulfilled retirement.
Disclaimers. Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Registration granted by SEBI, membership of Basel and certification from National Institute of Securities Markets, NISM, in no way guarantee performance of the intermediary or provide any assurance of returns to investors. The information is only for consumption by the client, and such material should not be redistributed. The securities quoted are for illustration only and are not recommendatory.